Hey, 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 good afternoon, everybody. Thank y'all for jumping on. Whenever you see this, drop your city and state. Also, let us know where we're tuning in from. Got a topic I'd like to discuss while I get some or attempt to get some work done. Once again, guys, drop that city and state, like the video, and share the video. Let me know where you are tuning in from. This is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. Today is $1 screen print transfer Thursday. So make sure you slide on over and pick up some of those $1 single color screen print transfers. Drop 25 in that shopping cart and you'll be good to go. If you don't, then you're going to miss out until next Thursday. Make sure you scroll down to the bottom of the site where it says the $1 screen print collection. And yeah, you'll be good. Shout out to everybody who has shopped with us in 2026. We appreciate it. That keeps us going. Building that type of trust and confidence with somebody. We really appreciate it, man, because it really takes that to actually be a strong business owner, especially in 2026. I'm looking at some things that's happened over the past 3, 4, 5 years since we got heavily involved into the supply realm of and the vending role of crafting. And I'm noticing some things, man. I'm noticing some things. So I wanted to go ahead and address it while I do a little work. So if you see me moving around, it's not because I'm trying to ignore y'all, but it's because I'm trying to do some work at the same time. So once again, come on in, drop that city and state, like the video, share the video. Let me know y'all are tuning in from. And if it's value that you're getting out of what I'm talking about, definitely share. Also, make sure you go to our other social media platforms, our YouTube, our Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you go there and follow and subscribe if necessary. Content that we share on these platforms are free, and you never know, you may get something out of it. Okay, so we hadn't been going live a lot, and for some people who expect us to go live or kind of got comfortable with us going live, we already announced it back in 2025 that we weren't going to be going live a lot in 2026 unless it served us. Okay, of course we want to build our network, we want to build our followers up, but we only want to build our followers and our network up for people who are interested in shopping with us and interested in what we have. We're not here to entertain anybody, guys. We're not here to clown, or we're business owners and we're here to run a business. And we need new customers every day. So once again, if you're interested in t-shirt transfers, whether it's screen print, full color, single color, sublimation transfers, if you're interested in patches, chenille patches, embroidery patches, any other heat transfer patches, if you're interested in that, go ahead and look us up, okay? So I want to go ahead and get started, man. So the topic of this, and you guys will see this on our YouTube and our Facebook, you'll see this. It's the ugly, beautiful truth. And the question I have for you guys is, how much do digital classes really cost? That's something that's sticking with me because I keep seeing these craft aiders or craft content creators come across my timeline, specifically on our business Facebook page, because that's really what I'm on. And I see these craft content creators coming across our timeline, and I'm wondering, how is it that people create something one time, sell it over and over and over again, but they're charging so much money? Maybe y'all can answer that question for me. So how much do digital classes really cost? Anybody? The question is going to depend on, or the answer is going to depend on, if you took that class yourself and if you're recreating that class based off of how much you spent to, recreate and sell the class. That's one of the answers. Maybe you went to a seminar. Somebody went to a seminar, they went to some type of training, and they paid an X amount of money for, to attend a 2 or 3 day class. and they came back and they saw value in it, and they said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take that class and I'm gonna resell it. Okay, I'm gonna resell that class. Okay, Sandra, what's going on? She said, I'm thinking not that much. Well, you're a part of our community, Sandra, and the fact that you said you're thinking that it's not that much, I'm getting to it, because even if you've paid, let's say $1,500, I'm gonna throw that number out there. Even if you paid $1,500 to sit down and take a class, and you come back and rebrand, market, and resell that information, distribute that information, how much should it really cost? I want you to think about volume. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Latrice, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. I want you to think about volume, because most business owners, especially if you're new, you don't think about volume. Most business owners don't think about volume. They think about when they sat in that class. They think about when they sat in that class and they took that class and they paid $500, $1,000, or $1,500 for that class. The instructor told them the value of that class. But it reminds me of a video that I saw on Instagram. It was about this guy, and I think it has something to do with barbers. I don't know if it was the hood barber or not, but I'm going to play a clip, and I want to see if y'all have seen this, and also if it makes sense to you. I want to play this clip because I saved it because I wanted to share this. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna play this clip, and I want y'all to listen real close. This guy is talking about how people, how barbers, specifically in an impoverished community, the hood, are trying to charge $100 per haircut. And he said, basically, you know what? You sitting there trying to charge $100 a haircut, and most of these people that's coming to you, their light bill is $100. Make it make sense. And he goes on to say something like, hey, you know what? When you're providing a service, or when you're a servant, you're actually giving your time and your information. You're giving your time, basically. And you're saying, basically, you need to, pour back into people. And I'm gonna tell you in a minute how this corresponds and how it correlates to what I'm actually talking about. So give me a second, all right? Hold up. Here we go. You can't be in the hood with these folks and barely making it, talking about you charging $100 a haircut. Some people like you. Anytime that you're of service to anybody else, that means that I'm freely giving my time, my energy, my emotion, my all to make sure you're good. Start pouring back into your client. Some of these folks come pay you this money just so they can hear something else from you, man. That's why I'm booked. But you have to know your demographics. Bro, you can't be in the hood where these folks are barely making it, talking about you charging $100 a haircut. That's some people like it. Bro, if you good, do the math. If you cut 10 heads at $40 a piece, every day that's $400. You do that 5 days a week, that's $2,000. That's $8,000 a month. How you can't live off of that? Follow for more barber content. So that was barber content, right? So check it out, man. Basically, what the guy's saying is, how is it that these barbers, and I can't count anybody's pockets. I don't know what your skill set is. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. I don't know what your skill set is. I don't know where you are in your business. Hey, Lamars, how you doing? But he's talking about how these barbers are in the hood, in low impoverished areas. People are struggling, and they're charging $100 a haircut. How does that correspond to what I'm talking about in the crafting industry? Most people in the crafting industry are just getting started. They work in a 9-to-5 job. They got a family. They probably living paycheck to paycheck, and they're struggling financially, trying to do some type of crafting or some type of side hustle, some type of side business, so they can add value to what they currently have. They need some extra money, right? And then here somebody comes along and they say, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do a certain thing. I'm going to either teach you how to make a certain craft. I'm going to teach you how to do something. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to teach you how to do business, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm going to charge you $400, $500, $600 a month. Some of y'all heard what I just said, and some of y'all gonna miss the entire mark. As a matter of fact, I wish that there was someone here that was listening that does give classes that can justify charging someone an exorbitant amount of money either one time or per month, to teach, train, and educate somebody in a skill set and make it make sense to why you're going to keep on doing that. I wish there was somebody on here that could actually have a conversation, because we created a business membership, and we created a business membership to help people who are starting businesses, not just crafters, but we attract a lot of crafters. But we created a business membership, and the first thing we wanted to do was we wanted to make it cost effective and affordable. Now, there's a lot of overhead that goes into making and creating classes. A lot of overhead. The biggest overhead that goes into making and creating classes is time. Also, the time that it takes you not just to make the videos or recreate the content, but the time that it takes you to learn the information. That's if you're actually doing that. But I'm finding that a lot of these craft content creators, they're not actually proficient in what they're doing. They went to a class, they sat down, took a class for a weekend, for a day, for a couple of hours. They took that information, and then they're repurposing it for another source, another stream of income. Hence, that's what comes to digital content. Y'all know about digital content, right? Digital content, digital classes, digital. That's what's going on right now. And people are making tens of thousands of dollars a month selling digital content, selling digital things. They're making tens of thousands of dollars a month talking about how they can actually teach you or train you how to do something. Well, I got a problem with that. Not because I want to judge people, because I don't know what they went through to actually learn this thing that they're reteaching. I don't know what they went through. I don't know. But I do know that it's about value. So Latrice, what's going on with you?
Hey Eric, how you doing? Hi everybody out there.
I'm doing all right. Ain't nobody on here. Nobody want to hear about this. Nobody listen. I wish somebody would come on and spend some time with us, because I'm not sitting there really making anything. So but let's talk about it though. Tell them where you're from, what you do, and
My name is Latrice. I'm from the New York City area. Well, right now I live in Connecticut, but still part of the New York City area. Born and raised in New York City. I'm an educator by career profession, and I do have a business which I do embroidery, I do prints, just basically and transfers.
Okay. So I'm talking about, and I'm asking the question. And I hope somebody kind of sees and hears what I'm talking about. How much do digital classes really cost? Is it like very expensive? What is the overhead that goes into it? I know the answer to the overhead because we actually have a business membership, and we have a platform that's a training platform where customers can actually get an account, and it's a like a distant learning, self-paced learning account. They get an account, and they can go on and they can check in and they can do self-paced progress and all that good stuff, and we pay for that monthly. That's our overhead, physical overhead. The digital overhead is us making the classes, the time, right, that it takes for us to make the classes, then upload. And I'm not trying to lose money. I'm not trying to lose money. I'm definitely not trying to beat anybody up, but I'm actually trying to see how many people are awake and to try to make people aware. Because I know what we pay per month and how much time we put in uploading those classes. So what's your take on this? How much do you think it really costs for a digital class?
Well, it costs, when you think about your time, it is a lot of time that you're putting into it, because you have to create the course. You want to make it engaging. You want to make sure that the students are achieving the objectives that you set out, and that they can actually apply the learning that you're doing. So it's a lot that goes into it. Now, being an educator and knowing my worth, I would love, just like going to college, you spend, okay, look, when I was in college, a course was 3 credits, and 3 credits was $1,600 each. So you're talking about $4,000 for a class,
Yeah.
Almost $5,000 for a class. That's just a class for you to get, But these are accredited institutions, and you talk about things like that. However,
I
wish that we could charge that amount. I really do. But the real thing is that, just like the barber said, with Play, you got people in the hood and people can't afford that, so you do have to make it cost effective. I'm not going to cheat myself, and I don't, and I think that your price point is really good for what y'all offering.
I think I was too low.
I thought it was going to be more. I think it should be more,
Yeah, our price point is really low.
Yeah.
It's really low.
And I don't think that people should, if they want to learn, they're getting some valuable information, very valuable and applicable. That's the main thing. If your course is teaching a person something and they can really apply that knowledge, you could basically charge what you want.
Okay, so let's start there. You said you think ours is very very affordable. I think it's extremely affordable. That's by design. We made it like that by design because we know, as a business owner, we understand volume. That's number one.
And that's the thing. The volume.
I think a lot of these people who just pop up out of the woodwork that start selling these classes based off of some type of class that they took, I don't think they even factor in the idea about volume. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about out there, I'm talking about how many people can I put in front of a class to keep the cost average low, right?
Yeah.
I go into this and I say, hey, you know what? This is how much we want to keep the class at. We want to keep the class at this price. In order for us to make money, in order for us to see a profit, we have to get this many people in the class per month. Now, it's not going to happen on a regular basis. People going to drop out. We know that, people going to be in and out. But we got to keep this many people in the class per month. The one thing that I noticed, and we based our classes off of one of our business mentors in our network marketing arena, right? Very cost-effective information. Now, you said something. You said, you know what? Once you learn the information, you can charge what you want. You are absolutely 150% correct. You have the ability to charge what you want because your time is your time, and your time should be valuable. If not by anybody, it should be valuable for you.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the purpose? See,
the purpose is really to teach people.
If the purpose is to teach, educate, share, and uplift, and we're making it sound like we care about people so much, then why are we charging $500-$600 a month?
That's greed
for information that's readily available. Of course, you did the time to do the research. I will never say that your time is not important, but why are we charging $400, $500, $600 a month for some information that you're teaching to? And I want y'all to hear this. It's called one to many.
Yep.
It's one of you, and you're looking to reach out to many people. So at $500 a month, this is for example, at $500 a month, if I want to make $5,000 a month, then how many of those classes do I need to sell?
At $500 a month.
At $500 a month, I want how many?
10.
I need to sell 10. Now, what's
a lot of people ain't got 500.
What likelihood? And I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I want to make 10. I want to make $5,000 a month. Or if I want to make $10,000 a month, that means I got to sell 20 classes at $500. What's the likelihood, especially in this economy, that people are going to want to I'm going to say they're going to have it, that people are going to want to part with $500 per month? What's the likelihood?
0%.
The likelihood is low. It's gonna be some.
I'm say 0%.
Well, nah. Well, it depends. It depends, though, Latrice, because I got to play the advocate. I got to play the advocate right here, because as people are watching from the outside of the live, I want y'all to come in and I want y'all to like the video, double tap, and also share, because this is affecting somebody that I'm talking to right now, whether you want to admit it or not. You have been drawn in to somebody's personality to give up $500 a month. Now, what is $500 a month? What can $500 a month do for you? It can
Some
be
people that they rent,
some people.
depending on if they get, like, some people get assistance from the government to help them pay. Maybe that's their portion of their rent. That's their grocery bill for the month. That's their car insurance, or their car note, or it's just a whole bunch of things. Maybe all their electric bill, their gas bills, a whole bunch of things. I'm not giving nobody $500 a month.
But see,
I'm not giving nobody $500.
But see, it's a trust factor now. I want you to think about this, Latrice. When you build trust with people, and when you associate and people can relate to you and your story, people will freely give you their money.
Some, yes.
It's a trust thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now I've built trust with people, and that's what business is. Business is building trust. People shop with us. I know there's a lot of people out there who can't stand my personality, who don't like my attitude, but they trust our products. They probably love my wife and can't stand me. And they go past that and they say, hey, but they got some great products and we're gonna go shop with them. Okay. It's a trust thing. Okay, it's a trust thing. Now, when you get somebody to trust you in business, you can pretty much dictate price. And that's what a lot of people that are paying that $500 or whatever they're gonna be paying really don't understand. It's a trust thing. So now,
I've seen it where people have done that.
You've seen it. I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
See it.
You've seen it.
Make you feel comfortable. Oh, I'm a single mom. I've done this. I lost my job. I built myself up, and I started this during the pandemic.
It's a story.
It's a big story, and people fall for it.
They fall in love with the story.
Yes, they fall in love with the story, and the next thing you know, it's almost like the pastor in the church. It's
similar to that testimony. So, hey, Greg, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. So, if you guys are just jumping on, this is the Blank Spot. We got Goddess Embroidery and Prints on here, and we're talking about the cost of digital classes and how much do they really cost. I can't tell somebody else who's distributing or disseminating information how much to charge, but I want to share something with y'all. Most people who are starting a side hustle, they ain't starting a side hustle because they want to. Most people have gotten their backs up against the wall, and they got more month than they have money. They met Peter and Paul because they robbed and wanted to pay the other. They're doing things to survive and to make it, and then somebody comes along and makes these promises and says, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to teach you how to operate a business, and it's only going to cost you $500 a month." Now, I've always said this, and I stand by this. People will pay for what they want. Now, depending on who has to suffer, it could be your kids suffering because you ain't paid the light bill on time. See, because every time you pay something late, there's a late charge that comes to it. Because remember, when I pay for a monthly subscription or membership to a class for any type of training, there's a type of learning curve. There's also going to be some type of timeline to where I should expect to see or start seeing some benefits or some return on my investment, because it's not going to happen overnight. So I paid $500 for the first 30 days, but then something happened and I couldn't really open up my program. I really couldn't get into it. And just be clear, most people who spend that type of money, whether it's $500 a month or $50 a month, life happens and people get busy. Unfortunately, somebody's going to get sick. You may have someone who passed away in your family. You may have some issues at your job, or you may have some issues at your child's school, something that you got to deal with to where you can't really lock in and plug in to make that $500 a month investment work for you. So now I got the first $500 a month, right? What's going on?
I'm reading what she wrote.
I can't see it.
I've fallen into a trap.
Okay, I see it now.
For a coaching that I can't access anymore, then she wanted more.
I fall into a trap paying $4,000 for coaching. I can't see. Yeah, I got you. I appreciate that, T. So I'm saying this. You got your first $500 for that membership that's gone out, right? And you really couldn't access it like you wanted to. So now all of a sudden, and it's on automatic pay. Now all of a sudden, that's how we set up our classes. So we use a platform. We use a platform that's a teachable platform. Lots of different teaching platforms out there. Lots of setups out there. Like I said, you set it up, and you get the customer to pay, and it's on automatic draft. Now they can actually pull out anytime they want to. It's not a contract, but it's automatic draft. So now you got the first 500, and it went through. Now 28 days, 29 days, 30 days are rolling around, and the next 500 is due, and you ain't even opened it up. You ain't even really looked at it. You feel me? Yet, guess what's happening? It's time to pay the next 500.
Time to pay the next 500.
So you got to ask yourself. Now you're in $1,000 in 2 months, and I didn't even do this math. I did not do this math because 500 times 12. If I expect to stay for a year, yeah, that's $6,000. That's $6,000 that somebody has invested into something that they don't even know if they're gonna do it now. Once again, guys, you just jumping on, and it may sound kind of lopsided, but I'm just asking because we teach classes too. We have a business membership as well, and I'm not trying to justify what we're doing over what somebody else is doing, but how much do digital classes really cost? We were getting ready to go to an AI class. Remember, D? We was getting ready to go to the AI class. We considered going to an AI class.
And it was a lot, right?
It was $1,200 per person. It's 2 of us.
Yeah.
And I really wanted the information. So I told D, I said, well, you know what? She's got a lot more patience than I have. So I said, you know what? Maybe you should just go and bring the information back, and then we go from there. Well, there's always options. And we looked at some other things, and there was other options.
If the information is really worth it, I've seen where people and all they do is copy and paste something that they found on the internet and sell it to you for a lot of money. And I think that's a ripoff.
Well, it's business. However you look at it, Walmart and stores like Walmart are buying things from China, and they're reselling them. They're buying them for pennies on a dollar, and they're reselling them for 1,000%. So it is business. I guess my question would be, what makes the person that's paying for it think that A, it's beneficial for them, and B, they're gonna actually do the work? Because here's the thing.
That's the thing, doing the work.
But
your comprehension level, applying the knowledge.
Applying the actual knowledge.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the application of it.
So
some people don't know what to do with the information when they get it.
So AI is still relatively new. And there's going to be people that are out there that's going to be learning AI. They're going to be making themselves very, knowledgeable and desirable. And they pretty much can sell what they want to sell. Like you say, once you learn it, once you pay for it and learn it and redistribute it, you can offer it for what you want to offer it for. But think about this. If I want to make, and I'm going to throw this number out there, if I want to make $10,000 a month for a $500 a month class, I got to sell 20 of them. Or, like the barber said, I can lower my prices.
Reach many.
And I can reach many.
And you probably end up with more than 10,000.
You'll probably end up with way more than 10,000 a month. And it may take time. Yeah, so it may take time for you to get there. But somebody in your head, and it was probably you, told you that your knowledge was worth more than my knowledge. That's where I'm finna go next. That's where I'm going next. See, I've been in business for 10 years. And I know that I have not been in the crafting industry for 10 years, but I do know that I've been in business for 10 years. And I've been talking about business. We have a company where we teach straight business. So I first learned about business and personal finances. right? That's what I first learned about. Me and my wife first learned about that. And I don't toot my own horn, but we're beasts when it comes to business. We're a beast when it comes to business. I can honestly, confidently say that we know our stuff at our level, at least. Okay. When I see someone charging that amount of money for a membership, and I look at the membership and I see that that membership is offering the same or similar things that we're offering, and then I look at what we're charging, and I'm thinking to myself, are you really trying to help people, or are you really preying on people? And people are allowing you, but see, people are allowing you to prey on them. Since 2026, can't nobody make you give you that money. Nobody's going and getting into your account and taking that money out every month. You're voluntarily giving that money up based off of a relationship that you think you have, or an understanding that you think you have with that person. But did you really sit down and think about the people who you sharing your riches with, your wealth with, your resources with? A lot of times we don't. So the topic is, if anybody's just jumping on, if anybody decides that they want to, include themselves in the conversation, the topic is, and the question is, how much do digital classes really cost? So we use a platform to host our training. First of all, I got to go back. We started business back in the late part of 2015. I started going live early 2016, like March 2016. I have YouTube content on another platform, and from 2016 until today, a lot of it is different content, but most of it is about business. And I can see where I've grown in sharing the content. Me and my wife, we both grown. So we have over 10 years worth of content. So in order to be able to create a platform that's going to teach individuals how to build, start, grow, and benefit from a business, we got 10 years worth of content. So all we have to do is go back, look at the videos for the most part, arrange them, organize them, see what goes where, what benefits what, and then we upload. So it's not like we have to create that content now. We've already done it. See, back when I was 42, 43, I didn't know I was prepping for this when I'm 53. I didn't know. I took care of myself then so we can provide another stream, another source of revenue now. So it's not going to take us long to do that. Yeah, we had to pay for the platform. We have to learn the platform. We have to understand how it works and how it benefits other people and all that good stuff. That's not going to take that long. You know what I'm saying? Greg said, that's why I like to listen to you. Hey, man, I look at things a little bit differently. I appreciate you coming on. I look at things a little bit different. But we now have this ability to create something for a community that we've been trying to do for a long time, and do it from a place of giving. Once again, one of my mentors, his name is Ivy Stokes, Mr. Stokes. I want to say Mr. Stokes is like 64, 65 years old. And he's a multi-millionaire. Matter of fact, he's probably close to a billionaire now. Oh. And the one thing that I learned from him is that people are generally the same everywhere you go, whether they have money or they're trying to get money. People just want to live a better life. Mm-hmm. People want to be treated fairly. They want to live a better life. They want to be able to take care of their family. They want to be able to come and go as they please. That's a part of freedom. That's basically what people want. Mm-hmm. That's a part of financial independence, and it's a part of financial freedom. When you present somebody with an option that can actually help them to be better, and you make it so far out of reach, you make it so far away from them financially, you got to ask yourself, are you yourself trying to build something? Or are you just, I think a lot of people are really being unrealistic when they set their prices. I really do. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Digitally anyway. Mm-hmm. I think it's unrealistic expectations when somebody says, I went and took a $1,500 class and it took me 2 days to get this information, and I bought these downloads and these replays and recordings, and then I went back home for 2 weeks, and I looked at the information, and now I'm ready to re-disseminate the information in the form of teaching the class. Somebody gonna miss what I just said. Somebody's gonna miss what I just said. There's not enough people. This is the problem. When I go live, and this is why I stopped going live. This is why I stopped going live. Because if I'm not sitting here on top of the table, breakdancing or pressing something, the crafters that are out there that need to be hearing this, they scatter. Because their mind is so wrapped up into, I want to learn how to make something, to where they're the ones that are getting ramrodded into spending all that money. But you need to be here right now, because this is the only free information that I'm gonna share outside of paying for our membership. I'm not going deep anymore. What I'm saying though is this: when you go take a class and you come back and immediately position yourself to re-disseminate that information, does that make you a subject matter expert on that information?
No.
It takes time. It takes trial and error. It takes failures and falls. It takes situations. It takes you having a conversation with me and me having a conversation with you. Your situation is going to be different than mine. It's going to take time. But see, we don't ask the right questions. We don't ask the best questions. And for many times, we don't ask any questions. We go to people's social media profile. We click on their image, and we see how many followers they got. And from there, we gauge if they're trustworthy or not.
But those could be robots and bought.
And a lot of them are. Or we'll listen to somebody for a little while. They'll say something that resonates with us, like, hey, you know what? I'm from the hood too. Hey, you know what? I'm a single parent too. Hey, you know what? I had a no good baby mama, baby daddy too. Hey, you know what? I got mine out the mud too. And now you associate that with that. You resonate with that. If I came from the hood and I want to do better than what I came from, why am I still being drawn back to that?
That's right.
It's people who don't pay attention to what's really being said, and also people don't pay attention to what is not being said. The object of the game, and everybody should be striving to be at least financially comfortable. Everybody ain't gonna be independent, and everybody definitely ain't gonna be financially free. But to be financially comfortable is what most people really want. They want to be able to come and go as they want. They want to be able to spend some time on the water, or vacation, whatever. Buy their family what they want to buy them, and all that good stuff. But when you get sold an idea that you can do a certain thing, and you know that you don't have that work ethic, you know that you don't have that mindset, you bought into an idea of somebody else's, and then you get mad and come back and say, well, people are scamming people. No, you're scamming yourself. You were drawn to that personality because that personality is a hustler just like you.
I mean, got caught up in it.
You got caught up in it because you was trying to make fast money. But the other guy on this side is talking something totally different. This guy over here is talking about, hey, you know what? It's going to take some time to build. Well, I don't want to hear that. Because, see, such and such over here told me I could do it in 30 days. Or I could do it in 6 months.
Well, when you use pebbles to build your house.
When you use pebbles to build your house. Yeah. But see, the conversation that I share on these platforms, number one, like I said, if you guys want to connect with us on a business level, we do have a business membership. You can go to our site, go to TBS Academy, and you can get access to the membership. But the conversation I'm having on here, it's never again going to be in detail, because once again, I know my worth and I know my value. I know my worth and I know my value. And I know that if I continue to share it for free without holding people who say they want it unaccountable, I'm not helping you. I don't know anybody who's working for free.
Nobody.
But I know a lot of people who are underpaid.
Yep, underpaid, but anybody would.
But I would rather be underpaid in our business membership than work for free. Because I know that if we charge a small amount, an affordable, cost-effective amount, and we continue to be consistent and put that information out there, then what's going to happen? What's going to happen is people are going to see us. People are going to begin to see us. People are going to see that we're serious. We're actually trying to help people, and it's going to be a consistent thing. And people are going to come to us, and that one to many is going to grow from the 20 plus people that we have currently in the membership to 2,000. Because the conversation stays the same. You know what I'm saying?
It will. It's just going to take time, but it's going to grow.
Craft the Halo Angel says, I'm really glad that I'm hearing this from you. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe. And also, if you're interested in that membership, that business membership, hit me up. Okay. You can comment membership on this if you're on Facebook or YouTube. If you're on TikTok, you got to message me membership if you want the information. Here's the thing though, man. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived by people who say that they have good intentions. Watch people, because your actions are going to be louder than what you're actually saying. And a lot of times we're looking for a fast turnaround, a fast come up. Thanks for the gifts. I appreciate it. Fast turnaround, fast come up. And what happens is it doesn't work like that. Business never works like that. There's people who've been on jobs for 5, 10, 20 years and don't have an emergency fund. But you've been sold on the idea that you could start a business, and then within a year, you could be making a certain amount of money. How does that make sense? I'm just saying, make it make sense. You haven't learned. Most people haven't learned how to control. Most people haven't learned how to control, be faithful to, or be good with their own personal finances. But now you're sitting there convinced by someone who showed you a nice house, a nice car, a nice bag, a nice suit, a nice watch, that you can be X, Y, and Z, and you don't have the acumen, you don't have the understanding or the responsibility level to take care of what you already have. I mean, the Bible says it real plain and clear. Be faithful over a few things and he'll make you rulers over many. I guess it don't apply to business. I guess it don't apply to your own job. But we're in 2026. We brought that same foolishness from 2025, 8 days later, over to 2026, and these same people are telling you the same thing. They've taken. Has anybody watched Soul Train before? Type of number 1 or type of number 2 in the comments. Type of number 2 in the comments if you watched Soul Train before. Where y'all at? I want y'all to hear this. They taking them same numbers on that board, them same letters on that Soul Train board, right? They're trying to solve that mystery, and they moved them around. That's all they did. Excuse me. They moved them around. They gave you a couple of options. They said, "Hey, if you can't afford $500, then I got a $99 program. If you can't afford $99, I got some YouTube information over here that's free, but I'm still gonna be sharing this information." And we're doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing, but at a lower amount, because we want people to benefit. See, if you just starting a business, I see y'all. The crafty Halo Angel says, I'm wanting to go from hobbyist to entrepreneur. So here's the thing. If you just starting a business, if you brand new, your money going to be funny and your change going to be strange. You're not going to have the funds to properly start your business. So you're going to be taking money from your household to start your business. Now here comes somebody who's supposed to be a business professional, that's supposed to be well educated and articulated in business, that's telling you, hey, if you give me this much money a month, I help you build your business. I give you information, I share the information with you to build your business. But you don't have that money. So where are you going to take the money from? So now your car note is late. Now your insurance is lapsed. Excuse me. Your light bill is late. And with every time you have a late bill due, there is a late fee attached to it. And you've taken advice, recommendations, and suggestions from somebody who's popular and shows that they have a lot of Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram followers. But are they really making sense? And are you making sense? Are you really listening to what somebody's saying to you? If you give me $1,000 a month,
Whoa.
watch this. I'm 50. I'm 53. I got more time behind me than I have in front of me. What do I look like telling you, hey, you know what? If you buy this membership, you're going to get lifetime access. Who in your organization is going to carry on your business to where your customers that purchased a membership for lifetime access, that's going to continue to get access to that? When people pass away, most times their social media account is okay. So that means they social media. What else is a part of social media? Email, Google Drives, media platforms. I'm just saying. I mean, don't get mad at me because I'm saying this. Think about what I'm saying and if it makes sense to you. Let me see.
That used to be the same strategy or model that the gym memberships used to use.
That's the same.
Lifetime. What was this? Living Well lady, lifetime membership.
And then the gym started shutting down.
Yeah, shut down.
Did they refund them that money?
No.
Somebody who's no longer here can't do that.
Can't do that. Yeah.
And if your finances ain't set up correctly, then whatever you have in probate, you're gonna be standing in line to get. So I'm not trying to go down the rabbit hole. I'm just saying we don't really think about what it is that people are saying. And I know if anybody were to ever follow this platform and actually listen and hear what I say, I know I would probably tick a lot of people off because a lot of them are out there doing it.
But it's the truth though.
But here's the thing. Yeah, it's true. But here's the thing. There are a lot of people that's following our platform that's doing it. And they see when we go live. And they're staying away from it. Maybe because they don't want to seem argumentative. Maybe they know my personality. They know I ain't standing for anything. Maybe that's, I don't know. But it's a lot of people that see us on a regular basis. They hear our conversations and they know what we're talking about. And they know we know what we're talking about. But you still have boo-boos out there. You have desperation. You got desperate people. You got desperation that's just bleeding all over the place. I don't expect to appeal to people by telling them the truth. It's just a habit. You can appeal to more people by lying to them and telling them what they want to hear. I know that.
And that's how people do it. They mastered that.
But it's not the liar's fault.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's the person who's receiving a lie, who's accepting a lie. Craft the Halo said, my seed money needs to be in my soil, not someone else's. That's a bar.
It surely is.
That's a bar. That's something that the rest of the people who are crafting, wanting to turn business owners, need to understand and hear. That this is uphill battle, man. The parts that they don't talk about, the hard parts. It's 5:37 on the East Coast, and we in the office. You ain't see me all day. You know why? Because we've been working at night, trying to get other things done. That's the part of business that people don't talk about. That's the thing that you won't see or hear about business. And the reason why you won't see or hear it is because that's not what people want to hear. That's not what people want to see. That's not what's attractive. It ain't attractive. Therefore, if it's not attractive, it's not talked about. When we start talking about the different things in the back office of a business, we start talking about taxes and record keeping and pricing and, understanding what a selling versus making a profit is. When we start talking about that, it gets a little different. And you start finding out if people really understand what they're talking about. I see a lot of stuff and I don't say anything because we're running our business. And I don't want to be that person that's saying, hey, you know what? Here he is talking about all these things and he's not really making no sense. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the person that's sitting there and causing all these problems because, you know, people just don't want to be involved. I had to make this so I can read some of these comments. Through it all, I made it. How you doing? Thanks for jumping on. See if anybody's on. No, not really. There's not a lot of people that's gonna be on here. It's funny too, man, because when you start talking about stuff like this, Latrice, we got over 120, over 130,000 followers throughout all of our platforms.
That's good.
And we got that's all. They're a lot of them robots. Because the fact that you know people are at work with our Facebook, our YouTube, and our TikTok, there should be more people on this call. But you know what? Because when they saw the blank spot is live and they didn't see the blank spot making something, it ain't important. But
this is the stuff they need to hear.
Well, you know, and you're right. And that's the difference between helping somebody who wants to be helped and trying to help somebody who need the help. Because crafters are looking for challenges. They're looking for things that they can do with challenges. They're looking for things they can do to make fast money. And they're not interested or even wanting to understand what this thing is all about. I'm trying to see if I can help somebody to keep from getting manipulated. You don't have to join our business membership.
Money in your pocket.
Yeah, but yeah.
Money in your pocket.
Check this out. We were at where were we at? We were at Lowe's. We were at Lowe's the other day, and I needed an extension cord. We were at Lowe's the other day, and guy came through and he said, "Hey, you want to save some money?" And I said, "Yeah, I always want to save some money. What you telling me not to make no purchases? Because that's the only way you're gonna save money if you don't buy nothing, right?" Yeah. And that ain't what he wanted to hear. He was trying to sell us a Lowe's card, but we already business members, so you know. But that's the idea, man. People who want this information, it's few and far between. People who need the information, hey Lucinda, it's been a minute. Happy New Year. People who need this information reject it because it doesn't sit well with what they want to do. They want to be the people that are out there hustling fast, making fast money, emulating what they see a lot of these craft-daters do. And if you guys don't know the term craft-dater, that's a craft content creator. I made it up. That's a craft content creator who's got your attention, got your time, and they got your money. So you don't believe it. A lot of the crafters won't believe it. A lot of people will deny it. And many of them probably on the outside of the video right now looking, afraid to come in because they don't want me to say hey to them, or they don't want nobody to know that they're watching. But a lot of the craft content creators and a lot of crafters out there believe in one thing and one thing only. They believe in flipping, sliding, and making it fast. And these craft content creators, they got their hands so far in your pockets and in your wallets and in your purses that you can't get them out, because you have a loyalty to that person that's saying, I'm going to sell this digital class, this digital content to you for a whole lot of money. What's going on, Demetrius? Because it's worth it. They've convinced you that they convinced themselves that their time is valuable. And that it's so valuable that they can put a couple of zeros behind their time. But the same content that's being shared across the network, the platforms, by other people who are equally qualified or more qualified, and their prices are low. See, we've been conditioned and groomed to believe that if this costs a lot, it's valuable. Anybody out there got a luxury car?
Yeah, that's what people think. That's when you're a kid. That's the mindset. You gotta mature.
I got it.
We had all the name brand and
yeah.
I mean, everything, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Polo. Me and my family was Polo down. We wouldn't step outside without Ralph Lauren. We would not step outside with that.
But it's the same. It's the same. These cats with these luxury cars.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah,
Alexis and a Toyota is the same car.
Guess what car I drive right now? I used to drive a Lexus. Guess what I drive right now?
What you drive?
A Toyota Camry. You won't get me to go get another car.
but I'm saying this. I'm saying that to say this. We have been conditioned and groomed by society to believe that if it costs more, it's valuable.
But
So
you gotta change your thinking.
when somebody says that I'm going to charge you $500, $600, $700, $1,000 a month for a class, you're thinking, wow, that must be valuable. Ain't no doggone way. A luxury car rides like a regular car. Yeah, it breaks down like one too.
Well, yep, it surely do.
Only difference, it costs more to fix. But they got people convinced that because it costs a lot, because you stuck a price tag on it, because you put lipstick on a pig, now it's supposed to be pretty. You put you stuck that large price on it. Oh, it's got to be valuable. Oh, such and such over there is charging $1,500 a month for her classes. She's charging $1,500 a month for her membership. Digital classes don't cost that much, y'all. You buy your platform, whichever order you decide to do it in. You buy your platform because there's a lot of people who have classes, digital content, digital downloads, and things. They're using a Google Drive. Most people are too cheap
to pay for them
or unknowledgeable, right?
To pay for those things. They'll use free stuff like Google Classroom. They use the Google Drive.
Nothing wrong with it.
No,
but that's facts.
Canva, they go right on Canva.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. But as your audience grows, and you learn how to be more professional,
that's when you up the game.
So we paying for a platform monthly. I can't even tell you how much it costs, man, because my wife handled that. But I know how much we need to make a month to cover it. So if we're making that much money a month to cover it, and making a little bit of extra, then we're in good shape.
Yeah, you want it.
Because it's another source of income. Let me see. I don't even know how to do digital content. YouTube is my digital information provider. LOL. I have everything under the sun to make stuff, but I haven't created anything on my own. What I guess, and that's, I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if you are looking to do something, don't get sucked in by prices. I guess that's what I'm saying. Digital content. And when I say digital content, I'm talking about just like this video right here. Just like this video right here. Let me see. How much time am I into this? I'm at 57 minutes. So I'm almost at an hour. I'm going to say something right now, and then I'm going to use it later on as a shortcut or as a clip to make some content. That's how digital content is. It's not about how much something costs. It's the value of it. And just because I take a large price and I wrap it up into a nice, pretty gift with a nice, pretty bow on it, that doesn't make it valued at the amount that I'm asking. If you're truly trying to help somebody, this is just me. If you're truly trying to help somebody, then make it at a price that's cost effective to you and to them. That way it's a win-win. If not, then you basically just trying to get rich off of people. And ain't nothing wrong with that either. But eventually what's going to happen is people are going to start to see the you that you really are. And I'm talking to everybody who's overcharging. I'm talking to everybody who's price gouging. I'm talking to everyone who has the audacity and the unmitigated gall to charge exorbitant amount of prices for a class of video that they have created that they're going to sell over and over and over again. Because that's what the purpose of digital content is. I don't have to do the work. I've done it one time and I can sell it over and over and over again and I get residual income from it. If I created a program and I packaged it, why am I going to sell it for so much to where people can't afford to get it? I mean, they're going to get it because people buy what they want. They buy what they think is valuable. But then you go back on the other side of your mouth, and you talk about how much you love helping crafters, how much you love helping people. I haven't seen it. And if I'm talking to you, hey man, you know, if you made it to this part of the video and you feel like I'm talking to you, I probably am. If you feel like your toes are being stepped on, that's probably because they are. But the people that need to hear this, they're not gonna plug in. They're gonna see me talking about it, they'll see the topic, and they'll keep it moving. There's more people out there who's watching us at this level, at that level. There's more people out there that's watching us at that level than there are that's not. Because of course, the more you touch somebody's platform, the more you have that the algorithm pushes you out there, people see you. They say, oh, they'll never make that the amount of money that they want to make. Yeah, we will. It's gonna take a little time. It's called building. I'm not gonna be over here doing sublimation one day, and then the next day I'm actually doing, I'm selling hair, and then the next day I'm doing a class about content creation, and then the next day we're not gonna be doing that. We're building a business. And the sad part about it, this is the sad part about it. It's gonna be people that see what I'm saying, they're gonna hear what I'm saying, and they're gonna still allow themselves to get sucked into it. But just know, if you allow yourself to be manipulated by that person or persons, please have a change of heart or change of attitude or change of mind when you do find someone who's actually trying to help you. Because the skepticism should start right now. It shouldn't start at a lower price. If somebody charging you $1,000 for a class, don't fall for the $9.99. If somebody's charging you $1,000 for, that's $1,000. $999.99 is $1,000. Don't fall for that. $499 is $500. If you ain't skeptical about that, don't come over here talking about, well, how can y'all charge only $26 a month for a membership? Because they can too. They choose not to. That's what it is. We're doing it because we actually want people. We want multiple people to join. We want multiple people to be involved, and we want to help people. And we know that when you just getting started, you don't have that type of money to get started.
Eric, I saw somebody in the crafting community charging people $10,000 for some courses.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was right around COVID time.
Oh yeah. Well,
10,000. Somebody in the crafting community charging $10,000, and a couple of people bought it.
Well, see, here's the thing though. It's not the amount that they charge. It's the fact that people actually pay.
Yeah, that's the fact.
And that's what they tell you at these marketing conventions. They tell you that somebody's going to pay it. You find your audience, somebody's going to pay it. And it's true. Somebody's going to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
But the sad part about it is that the little fish get caught up in the big water.
And they, somebody who really can't afford that $10,000 scrap up all their money and throw it away, That's the thing to me. That don't make no sense.
So here's the plug. Here's the plug, because I'm about to get off, man. So here's the plug. If you guys are interested in learning how to build a business, if you're interested in getting some type of business mentorship, if you're interested in actually learning how to grow and build your business, then what I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and go to our website. The website is theblankspot.com. Once you get there, I want you to scroll over to the side where it says TBS Academy. From there, you'll be able to get access to a monthly membership. You can pay for it every month. You can pay for it by 3 months, or you can pay for it every 6 months. That's your choice, your option. Okay. There's also a community that you can pay for separately. Okay, the community is one thing, and then the business membership is something else. In the business membership, the community is already involved. Okay, it's already together. But the community is something totally by itself. That's a chat that you get an opportunity to chat with different business owners. But the business membership is very simple, right? We give you 2 30-minute one-on-one conversations with us a month. You get access to live Zoom webinars every Tuesday, and you also get downloads and actual access to replays. We're talking about building the business. We're not talking about just crafting and creating. We're talking about actual building the business. Now, this is not going to be for everybody. If you're looking for somebody to teach you the next new trend or fad, this is not going to be for you. But for a fraction of what it's worth, you're going to get access to this information. If you are seeing this, and you're not going to be able to see it again on TikTok, but if you see it on TikTok right now, then message us membership. Okay, you got to message us, because I'm not going to be able to answer you after this. If you send us on YouTube or Facebook and you see this replay, go ahead and comment the word membership, and I'll send you the link. What I will tell you is that nothing is free. We're either going to pay with time or we're going to pay with money. You have to learn how to invest in yourself and make better investments. If you're looking to do something and start doing it a more proficient way, a better way, then this is what we're doing. If this doesn't apply to you, then don't even comment on it, man. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole idea behind it is we're building a solid business community. A solid business community to where people don't have to worry about if they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, because you're going to get the right information. So appreciate you guys for jumping on. Thanks, Latrice. I appreciate you. I know I haven't been live in a while, and it's going to be a longer time before I go live again. I don't know. But we got some things going on in the background to where we can't go live. But you want to share something before we go?
Oh, I just wanted to know if it's okay if I could call you after you get on.
Yeah, of course. I'm just in the shop working.
Okay.
I'm just in the shop working. But thank y'all.
Everybody, you should really check out the membership. It's really beneficial. Every Tuesday, we him and his wife go live, and the conversation is very engaging, and you learn a lot.
Yeah,
you learn a lot. Everything is beneficial to you. You just have to put it into practice.
It is. And the Zoom live, it is a membership, so you guys have to actually access it through a membership. It'll never be recorded. It'll never be recorded for Facebook or social media platforms. So if that's, like I said, if something you're interested in, message or comment membership, and we'll get the information to you. Thank y'all for jumping on. I appreciate it. I know y'all could have been anywhere else, and some of y'all probably feel like you didn't get anything out of it. That's okay. I did. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. We'll see each and every one of you guys at the top, because there's entirely too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.